What's up, YouTube friends? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about healing, transformation, self-awareness, self-love, energy, vibration, spirituality, astrology. Yesterday, I made a video that gave some backstory about how I started my spiritual journey. Go watch that if you haven't. But before I get into the video, I would like you to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can support my channel and get notified when I make more videos just like this. Thanks in advance. So this morning, first thing, I had an intuitive thought about accountability. And I wasn't planning on doing a video on accountability today. I was planning on doing it on a whole nother topic, but I started reflecting on it and thinking about how I had to learn how to take accountability to start taking control over my life. So a couple years ago, when I started working on myself intentionally, I became more self-aware and started to realize that it was me. I was the problem, and I was causing all these things in my life that was leaving me in these low, dark places. I was the one who was doing self-destructive things. And I just started reflecting on everything that I was doing and the situations that I was putting myself in. And I started to take accountability. Let me just first say this. Taking accountability is not easy, because when you do that, you have to take full responsibility of everything that has happened in your life up until that point. And the first thing we want to do is blame other people who have hurt us. And we don't want to point the finger at ourselves because we feel like they did it. Like, why would I blame myself for that? And the thing about it is, taking accountability is not about blaming yourself. It's about taking responsibility so that you can do something about it. Because when you don't, you're giving your power away to someone else and expecting them to do something about it. So I realized that I had to stop blaming other people and essentially waiting for them to come fix me or fix things for my life. I had to stop being this scared little girl who was scared of the world and take my power back and take control over my life. Because I realized that nobody was coming to save me. Nobody was coming to fix things for me. I was the only one that could do that. It was easy for me to take accountability for the good things in my life, the good choices that I made, the deeds that I did, and my accomplishments. But when it came to something affecting me in a negative way, I was pointing the finger at any and everybody. And that's because it's easier to take credit for things that are going good for us in our lives. And when things aren't going so well, we tend to point the finger because we don't think that we would cause those things for ourselves. But we just got to remember that we're operating out of our subconscious mind 90% of the time. So that's where our choices are being made from. I remember when I used to take everything so personally, such a sensitive person, used to cry about everything, feel like a victim to everything, and thought that if I cried about it enough and complained about it enough, people would change and stop hurting me. And slowly realized, because it took me a long time to realize that that's not how things work. People change because they want to, when they're ready, when they feel it will benefit them. And that's when I realized that I had to change myself, starting with my thoughts, my beliefs, and the way I perceive things. And I had to stop feeling like a victim. Because feeling like a victim, all I did was attract people, places, and things that made me feel more like a victim. And instead, I decided to change to become the victor. So I became more mindful of the thoughts and beliefs that I was having and started to notice when I was having negative thoughts. And I started to exchange those with positive ones so that I could have a more positive outlook on things. I also started being more mindful of the choices that I was making and making sure that I was making good choices for myself. So that's when I started to understand that I'm creating my life, and I've always been creating my life. And even the things that I didn't want to take responsibility for, that weren't my fault even at a young age, those things, it's not, again, about blaming yourself. It's about taking responsibility to do something about it, because no one else is going to do that. You have to take control over the things that have happened to you and the trauma that you face so that you can get through it. So I stopped blaming my parents, my friends, my family, exes, teachers, whoever else I was blaming, so that I can take on responsibility to take control over the things that have happened to me so that I can do something about it. It felt empowering knowing that going forward, I would be making better decisions for myself, and also knowing that I'm the one in control of what's happening in my life. And I started to learn that life wasn't just happening to me, it was happening for me. And everything in life is either a blessing or a lesson, and you get something out of both. With a lesson, you learn something. With a blessing, you get rewarded for something. The life that you're living right now, you created, and you're still creating. So take accountability for it. Think about every aspect of your life, good and bad. And if there are things that you don't like about your life, or don't think is going well, or feel like it's holding you back, do something about it. Stop waiting for something to magically change for you, because that's not going to happen. Empower yourself to do something about it. If you feel like all people do is use you, reflect on the energy that you're putting out that make people want to use you. And also stop allowing it and start setting boundaries for yourself. If you feel like you can't trust anything or anyone, and this is a tough one, really be honest with yourself and reflect on how well you trust yourself. First of all, know your worth and know that you're enough. Start trusting yourself to make decisions for yourself. Start trusting your intuition and stop ignoring red flags. Because most of the time, people will get themselves in situations and be like, I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, you did. And you still decided to ignore your intuition and do it. And trust that no matter what the outcome is with any situation, that you'll be able to handle it because you'll take responsibility for it and you'll get through it. If you want to lose weight and you feel like you struggle with that, take responsibility of your daily activities and your habits. How much are you eating every day? What are you eating every day? How physically active are you? You got to take responsibility for the things in your life so that you can make the changes that are necessary. That is all I'm going to say for now. If you like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Please leave me a comment because I would love to hear from you, and I will see you next time.